Hello everyone, Jingles here bringing you a new video for Honor of Kings. The first episode of Jing's Guide turned out to be a very good video, and you guys shared your feedback on your views on the mechanics of the hero and how to play him. Today I bring you another guide for one of the best heroes to play in solo queue, a hero that can generate a lot of pressure on the battlefield, even a snowball in solo queue. Pei, a boxer with the ability to transform into an agile and deadly tiger, with very beautiful skins, including one of Messi and another in collaboration with Bruce Lee. Pei is a very strong hero to generate a constant advantage in favor of your team, especially strong at the beginning of the game, due to his versatility to alternate between his two attack modes and steal enemy jungle fields. The base form or human form allows Pei to have an extra range of his normal attacks, similar to if he were another ADC in the team. On the other hand, his tiger form gives him extra mobility on the battlefield and allows him to generate damage more quickly, essential for finishing off enemies with little health. But all this changing skills and understanding when to use each one is somewhat complex, especially when his skills are restored by energy, since he is a hero that does not consume mana. So today, in this guide, we will understand what to do with this hero and how to take advantage of his dual versatility that offers explosive and ranged hits and exceptional mobility for tower sieges. Mastery of Pei or Tigress's skills is crucial to take advantage of their strength at the beginning of the game and keep the pressure on, especially against the other OTP heroes. Pei is a very versatile hero with the ability to deal damage continuously, as well as finishing off the same enemies, minions or neutral monsters. The early game strength that this hero possesses can render the enemy jungler useless, because Pei has not one, but 4 abilities from the moment he enters the battlefield, which allows him to win in rotations, steal enemy farm, push towers, etc. Pei's passive explosion details the damage capabilities we have with each form. In human form, we will have an extra range, and our basics will be buffed and will cause additional magic damage. Within the first level, the damage of these attacks will be 16 and will scale according to the level of the hero in the game. In this form, if we hit the same hero for 3s or more, that base magic damage will be multiplied, up to 3 times the value. Excellent for ascending and wearing down enemies and doing considerable damage to enemy towers from safe points. Also, hitting in this form will allow us to charge our energy bar faster, because each basic attack performed will give us 0.5 energy points. In Tiger form, our damage will be more explosive, our basic attributes will be buffed, but our skills will consume more energy, and the recovery of the same energy will be slower. Not having to use mana to execute our skills can be counterproductive if it is not understood or if that energy is wasted. Why? Because having energy is not the same as being able to use our skills without any cost, as in heroes like Arthur, for example. We must always take into account the energy consumption that all our skills have in each of their forms, so that in the middle of a team fight, we are not left very exposed, waiting to have energy again. That is why Pei has almost no combos regarding its operation. Most of its actions on the battlefield are based on 3 simple factors: invade, wear down, and finish. Fulfilling those 3 functions can undoubtedly enter a top 3 best in the jungle to generate snowball. If you want a video on this subject, let me know in the comments section. Back to the video. Each of the forms has a different range to execute their basic attacks. If you can figure out when each form is more useful than the other, you can clear jungle fields faster, clear waves, and allow your allies to rotate and win fights together. Although all games are changing and may require skills at specific times, usually on the battlefield, you will use 60% of the human form and 40% of the tiger form. But why would that be like that? Let's see how our skills change with respect to the form we are in. Depending on what attack state we are in with Pei, our skills will change and have different energy consumption. Pei's skills are quite simple to combine, which is what makes a Master Pei different from a beginner Pei. Our first skill is a projectile with great range, which has a beautiful animation. If we hit it, it will grant us two passive effects. The first is that it will slow the target by 50% for 1.5 seconds, which in a MOBA as frenetic as Honor of Kings is quite a lot for a simple first skill. This will help us finish off objectives or slow down enemies to flee. The second passive effect is that it will give us 20 instant energy points only if we hit the target. This skill of Pei in human form generates magic damage, but it also has a different multiplier of causing an additional 8% magic damage depending on the enemy's current health. This skill will rotate Pei. Depending on where we throw it, Pei will face that place. Our first ability in Tiger form is just a close hit to the enemy that does a short burn, depending on the target's missing health. The first skill in human form is excellent for checking bushes, and with the basic attack that gives us the shapeshifting, it allows us to deal considerable damage from quite a distance. This skill offers push and control effects and has a long attack range, allowing Pei Qinhu to harass enemies from afar. Its relatively short cooldown allows for strong finishing capabilities. When we activate our second skill in human form, Pei will gain a shield and deal magic damage to enemies on him. This shield will give us an attack speed bonus for 5 seconds, so we can charge energy as quickly as possible. The shield will not be lost if we shapeshift, so we can enter with a shield in Tiger form to be able to spend more time in team fight. Our second skill in Tiger form is Pei's Engage. At first glance, it is a simple dash, but if we throw it at a wall, we can do another jump in a margin of 1 second. To do this dash, we must aim it with the movement joystick. This second jump is 360 degrees and can save us, help us enter the backline, or farm faster. If we hit a target with this, 20 energy points will be restored and the skill cooldown will be reduced by 50%. Our last skill will be available from the first moment of the game in human form. We will change to Tiger, and we will have an extra buff to movement speed, and it will strengthen our next 2 basic attacks. These attacks will deal additional damage. In Tiger form, Pei will change to human form, and our movement speed will also increase by the same value and give us a next basic attack that will deal magic damage in an... Pei Qin's attacks in human form recover energy faster, preparing for an explosion in Tiger form. In Tiger form, he has higher basic attributes and stronger combat mechanics, but slower energy recovery, which must be complemented by the characteristics of human form. Regarding talent, we will always play him with Smite in the jungle. Pei is a hero designed 100% to be played in the jungle. Any other lane could affect your capabilities in the game. This hero is not like Musashi or Jing, who, although they are assassins, can have an advantage in the top lane. And speaking of Jing, Pei is a very good hero to play against the Lady of Mirrors and against most junglers who need to have a slower scaling in the early game. In human form, Pei deals a considerable amount of magic damage, and in Tiger form, he is more explosive with physical damage. He is a fairly versatile hero regarding the damage he can generate. Pay attention to the structure of the enemy team in order to be able to effectively use each form. However, his main strategy is to devastate the enemy jungle at the beginning of the game to take it out of the game. The best allies you can team up with Pei are undoubtedly heroes that can help you with your explosive early lane, heroes that can win their lanes and support in stealing farm from the enemy. Heroes with powerful initiations or buffing supports like Yaira can help you snowball the game. Keep in mind that Pei is an excellent tool to play against fairly tanky teams. On the other hand, Pei suffers quite a bit against heroes that can evade his combos and against heroes with continuous control, mages like Diaokan or Lady Zen or supports like Sunbin, Donghuang or Liang. He can stop your abilities quite a bit in the game. Pei is a very versatile hero with his ability to alternate between magic and physical damage. He is a hero used from normal games to the biggest tournaments that the competitive game can offer. In the Arcana, we will use in the blue one's 10 Hunt to gain some attack and movement speed, in the green one's 10 Eagle Eyes for more damage, and in the red one's 10 Conflict to gain physical lifesteal, which is essential for Pei so that we have to go to base as little as possible and that with all the targets we hit, we heal a little. Regarding the build, there are two different options. It will depend more on what you are looking to generate in the game. First, we have a damage option where we will start with the hunting item and then we will go to build the anti-control boots or the attack speed boots. Use the latter if you consider that there is not enough control to be able to dedicate yourself merely to causing damage or to be more aggressive. Right here, we will buy an attack speed item that will give us more life steal and damage based on life. And we will finish with damage items. As a last item, you can choose more damage or have more survival, like with the revive, for example. Another option is the tankier build, where we will have more survival, but our damage will not be the same, but we will still have a lot of pressure with magic damage, especially against neutral targets. Here, we will look for the Giant's Grip item to gain more life and burn damage. Now, we will look for a change by removing the Master Sword and exchanging it for the Frostkar's Embrace. If you look closely, this build will give us less damage, but much more control if you add the control that you will apply with your first ability, and the Frostkar's Embrace will let us move the enemies enough so that you and your team can do a considerable amount of damage. If you got this far, don't forget to like the video. Next time we meet, we will bring a video just as good as this one. Do you want to know some curiosities about Pei with which you can go up to Grandmaster? Pay close attention. Once we enter the game, go into Tiger form. Use your second ability to get to where the Slaughterer is located. Do it without attracting the attention of any enemy if you did it right. Now use the second ability again, and if the enemy jungler started with the blue golem, which is something that happens in most games, you can steal his red golem and you will get level 4 before him. If you can steal more than one field, but don't spread yourself too much, you could be the one who doesn't get to level 4 in time. Another tip we can use is to change to human form and use our first ability to check the bushes. If we also hit our attack button, the attack after the ability will continue its path and cause more damage. Tip number 3. When we change to human form, we will have an improved basic attack in an area. Make sure that this damage can be applied to more than one enemy within the team fights, since this way you will be able to optimize the damage. Also, the shield that our second ability gives us can give us the ability to attack without having to lose life, or to be able to hit the tower up to 2 times without losing life. Have you ever wondered what the different counters are that Pei has on top of the heal and punish buttons? There are 2 different ones. The first one is our second ability, and it will show the time of use that our shield has. And the other details, the time of use that we have to use the improved basic attacks that each change gives us. On the battlefield, you can get from the river to the enemy's blue golem using this simple combo. First, we will get to the river in human form. We will change to tiger, and we will use the second ability, and we will direct the joystick towards the blue one. If we give a basic attack, Pei in tiger form will jump to the golem. Finally, among these tips, you can cancel the animation of your first tiger ability in this way. When you are in tiger form, use your second ability against a wall and redirect it towards an enemy. When you make the second jump, use the first ability, and Pei will cancel the animation of the ability.